Hello and welcome to another edition of the Stench of Truth. Let's have a look, shall we, at the man of the moment, or should I instead say the fucking lunatic of the moment in the GOP field. And that would be Herman Cain, the man formerly head of a branch bank of the Federal Reserve System, and the CEO of Godfather's Pizza. It's really hard to pick out some of the more ludicrous and idiotic things that this fucking jackass says. But I'll just give you a few of them, okay? There are just way too many to do a fucking video that anybody is going to goddamn listen to, for the spewing shit and fucking nonsense that comes out of this fucking jackass's face. First thing, well, of course, is the huge anti-Muslim thing that he's hammering on every front, okay? Don't care what your position is on religion, but if you're going to, on the one hand, you're going to say that you're a supposed conservative, all those labels are meaningless, you understand, okay? They're operating within their own little political theater that they think everybody buys into still. Or at least they want people to buy into this idea of conservative and liberal and right and left and socialist and capitalist, all that bullshit, which is totally fucking meaningless. Anyway, if you're going to be a real conservative, like Herman Cain professes to be, then quite obviously you would have to recognize that under the Constitution there is freedom of religion in this country. And that means that everybody is equal in a religious sense in this country. So to automatically have this anti-Islam stance it goes counter to what he's trying to sell as one of his strong points. So he's a fucking moron. Now, let's take a look at it, something he commented as regards Christianity. Actually had the nerve to say this. He says that Jesus was a true conservative, and that, and this was in relation to the supposed liberal court system in this country, according to their political theater definition of liberal, that it was a liberal court system which condemned him to death. And that is tantamount to saying that liberalism killed the Son of God, according to Herman Cain. And the Son of God was the ultimate conservative. Well, let's not forget that conservatives want things to stay the same. They like tradition, right? And what did Jesus do? He destroyed what came before, according to the Bible, if you're a believer, okay? I'm saying from his perspective. I'm not endorsing nor saying that I agree with any of this as being real history. But some of you might, and that's fine. But if he destroyed what came before and he set up an entire new system, he's a fucking radical and a leftist. Because who did he fucking eat dinner with? He ate dinner with the sinners. He spent his time amongst the poor. And you don't hear any of these motherfuckers who claim to be goddamn Christians that make me fucking puke with their fucking bullshit. With their fuck the poor attitude. And they supposedly look up to this person, Jesus, who overturned the fucking tables of the goddamn money changers outside the temple. What do you think he would do today? You fucking moronic jack-offs! Do you think he would be down there at the fucking banks that raped and pillaged every fucking person in this goddamn country? You're goddamn right he would be. And he wouldn't be sitting around moralizing like this fucking asshole Herman Cain about what he supposes is a big deal. And his favorite justice, the man he would like to clone, presumably, for all 9 seats on the Supreme Court, is Clarence Thomas, who might have more ethical problems than even Darrell Issa does. And this from a supposedly completely impartial person who's supposed to judge the law impartially. This also from the Justice Clarence Thomas, who believes that laws against child labor are unconstitutional. Well, that's just great, isn't it? So what else does Herman Cain have to say? Well, of course, his 999 plan is a big fucking giveaway to the rich, just as you would expect. Because it means that the poor and middle class and working people would have to pay more taxes on everything, while the rich would end up paying a lot less. And not to mention corporations. And I fail to see the logic in the argument to lower the corporate tax rate whenever you have a 35% tax rate right now, which effectively any company can reduce to virtually nothing if they invest the time and money into investigating all the loopholes and givebacks and rebates and everything else that all these companies get, like GE, who paid no taxes, like many other companies that paid no taxes. So I fail to see the rationale in reducing the corporate tax rate from 35% to 9%, because they're not paying the 35%, they're not paying 9%, they're paying nothing. So do you suppose that they're going to suddenly be all happy? Like, if you're to believe the bullshit that spews out of Herman Cain's mouth, that you'd close all these loopholes and everything else and just make 9%, that's it. Do you suppose that the company would now be happy that it has to pay 9%? They can't get out of it when they're paying nothing? So, no matter how you look at that strategy about how it's going to produce jobs and be good for the economy, it doesn't make any goddamn sense. You fucking prick. So, what was the final thing? I asked about the foreclosure problem in this country. Herman Cain, I think maybe, besides the Jesus stuff, I think maybe this is his second best deal. The reason we have this problem with the foreclosure situation in this country is because the government and onerous, burdensome regulations prevent banks from renegotiating loans with all the people who are underwater on their mortgages. It's Herman Cain saying to you that the banks really, honestly, they want to help you. They want to do what's best for you. They really want to work with you. Honest to God, they're just frothing at the mouth to come up with some way to help you. But it's only by virtue of the onerous, crushing regulations of the horrible federal government that's keeping them from pouring money into your hands and helping you in every way possible. And to say that with a straight face, I gotta give the man credit. To be able to actually say that with a straight fucking face. When it's the most ridiculous, fucking bullshit nonsense I have ever heard in my motherfucking life. What a waste of fucking space this motherfucking asshole is. Go back to wherever you came from, whatever cushy corporate job you had, or your radio show, or whatever the fuck you did before, and blither away into fucking muttering whatever. Senility. Because you are a worthless fucking piece of shit that I would gladly scrape off the bottom of my motherfucking shoe. Herman motherfucking Cain. Cocksucker. Thank you. Good night.